UFC Fight Night. Calvin Kattar takes on Giga Chikadze. It goes down Saturday, January 15th, Apex Center, Las Vegas, Nevada. I think that's Las Vegas. This is your boy JG. Exaggeration Experience. We back and better than ever. 2022. Let's go.
The body. Oh, big right. Chikadze has balance. Big right. That's Chikadze who's got him on the run. Chikadze, another one that got through.
Like I said before, y'all, welcome back. It's your boy JG. A little hiatus. Don't worry about that. We back in the fold. It's 2022. Happy New Year, y'all. And we're gonna get right to the business. So my primary goal for this year is to cover at least one fight on every single fight card for the entirety of 2022. Just one. That's the minimum. So I'm gonna be bringing y'all much more heat, much more consistently. Let's get right into it. Like I mentioned at the top, Calvin Kattar takes on Giga Chikadze. And the first thing I want to say to Calvin Kattar is I appreciate. Calvin, if you see this video, I appreciate you, G. I appreciate what you're doing. Because you know what? You've had some highlight reels. You've been in there with some game opponents. But now you're entering the mode of your career early in your UFC career where you're going to be on that murderer's row. What does that mean? You fought Zabit, Magomed lost. That's all right. You fought Jeremy Stephens. You fought Dan Enge before him. You fought Max Holloway. That was your last fight. That was a rough outing. But all those dudes are killers. So now what you're telling me is this. You want to go in there against Giga Chikadze. I respect the game. Giga Chikadze, if you guys don't know, he's off the Contender Series. Shout out to Dana White. He actually lost there. Since then, he broke into the UFC. He's won 9 in a row. His last outing was against Edson Barbosa, where he looked fantastic. Striking battle, but he showed off his grappling, went for a submission and a counter choke. Ultimately finished Edson Barbosa with strikes upstairs, dropping him, wobbling him. You see Edson complaining at the end of the fight. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But what I want to say about Chikadze is super polished, ridiculous striker. His kicks are... He's up there. I don't know if I want to call him the kick king yet, but you go against a guy like Edson Barbosa, who, you know, he's highlight reeling cats up out of here left and right. And you put on the show that you put on. It was a great fight, tremendous fight. Like I mentioned before for Giga, 9 fights in a row. And he's next, you know. If he goes out here and he highlights Calvin Kattar or does something crazy or just dominates him, shuts him out, there's no reason why we can't talk about him in the title picture at 145 pounds. For Calvin Kattar, we know what this is about. Tough fight against Max Holloway. Toughness, show grit. We seen the highlight before that, Jeremy Stephens, how you just crush his whole melanin and blasted him out. But now when you think about a fight of this magnitude for where he's at in his career, considering his past other 3 fights, he's really trying to make a statement and say, listen, I know I took a loss to Max Holloway, but I can still get better. And I'm going to show you against a dangerous opponent in Giga Chikadze. Now, I want to get right to the prediction side of things. Oh, before I do that, if you had not had the opportunity, please like, subscribe, bell icon for notifications. We're dropping videos weekly, at a minimum covering the main event. Some of these cards are going to be stacked, so there'll be multiple videos for multiple cards. But let me get back to the action. My prediction for this fight. I need to look because I don't know if it's a 3 or 5 round bout, which is kind of important, but it doesn't really change a lot of what my primary prediction is. Sometimes I try to get these guys to do the 5 round fights for no belt or no additional loot. More recently, cats have been opting out of that. I'm not mad at that. Shout out to my man Justin Gaethje. He led the way on that, in my opinion. But I can't pull it up right now. Whatever. But here's what I want to say. Shout out to Calvin Kattar. He's a monster. Giga Chikadze, I think he's gonna be too much, too slick, too polished. He's so measured in there. He switches it up with the kicks. He'll go high. He'll go to that mid. You know, he'll question mark you up. He just looks fantastic on the feet. Calvin Kattar is a primarily stand-up fighter who's slick in his own right. He has above average boxing. He's filthy with the elbows, and he ain't a punk. And cats who get down, who've been inside, you know, either the squared circle or octagon or a cage of some sort. You know, when you say a dude, he's you gonna have to work to get him out of there. I feel like you got to work to get Calvin Kattar out of there. With that being said, I think Giga got the skills and the momentum right now to get that done. So my official prediction, Giga Chikadze, stoppage, 3rd round, against a game Calvin Kattar who will have his moments. It's a tough division to be in, 145 pounds. The guys at the top are, you got Max, you got the champion, obviously, and Volkanovski. Brian Ortega is still very, very viable. And Chikadze is trying to crack that next level. And let's see if Calvin Kattar can stop him. We'll see what happens. But like I mentioned before at the top, UFC Fight Night, Saturday, January 15th, Apex Center. Hopefully, Omicron, don't mess it up because, it's early. What's today's date? It's the 4th of January. And, we taking a vicious beating right now. Omicron's not playing no games with nobody. But this is your boy, JG. Exaggeration Experience. More heat to come. Glad to be back. Please like, subscribe, bell icon for notification. We out.